Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome back here to SRW TV, where tonight we bring to you the championship round of the Shannons Toyota GR86 Nationals. We are live from Circuit Zandfort, thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. Tonight, one of our drivers will be crowned our Season 4 2023 champion. I am Nathan ShiBBy Howard, and in the comms box next to me is, of course, our good friend Tyler Sheaf. How are we doing this evening, Sheafy?
I'm a very happy man. It is the final round, and after 9 weeks, we finally get to see who will be the champions, not just overall in the series, but also the AMs and the rookies as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the battles are going to hold out for tonight.
Mate, I tell you what, this field has not disappointed all season. We still have a packed out grid here tonight. We usually see a bit of a drop-off, but I tell you what, the racing this season has just kept everybody involved. Mate, I think we're looking in for a cracking race here at Zandfort. This is quite a tricky little track. Not too much draft assistance, only really 2 sections, and that would be coming down through the last sweeping right onto the straight, and then, as you can see, up in that top section where it's a little bit wavy, but I think most of this is going to be very, very close racing here tonight.
Yeah, you're definitely correct on that. I have a look at a few of the lap times in practice, and they're very close, very tight-knit. So it's going to be a little bit of a draft fest, but it'll be interesting to see what the boys can do in the battles. But we will go through the championship quickly. It is the not penultimate, then it was the championship round. So with the pros at the moment, we do got Jamie Christensen leading the way on 1,238 points ahead of Sam Katakazunas. So as long as everything goes fine on Jamie's end and he can finish all 3 races, he should take the championship overall. And then we've got Dylan DeBono falling a little bit further back with another 80 points behind Sam. So yeah, it's a little bit spread out for the pros, but the battle also heated up now as well, with Curtis Jackson leading the AMs on 802 points, followed by Callum Hodgkinson on 746 points, then Mark Cochran in 3rd place on 743. So the battles are still there and still open for the championship as well. And then for the rookies, we have Matthew Feely-Taylor leading the championship on 516 points, followed closely by Rain Everidge on 486 and Steven Sinkovich on 450. So it depends on if people have a really good race and stay out of trouble. They might be able to take a lot more extra points than expecting and maybe cause an upset for the championship.
Did I just hear you say Sinkovich is in the battle for a podium position in the rookies here tonight?
Yes, he is. He's currently 3 points ahead of Pricey, who is sitting in P4. So yeah, the battle is on. So Sinkovich definitely wants to make the most out of it tonight.
Definitely going to have to keep an eye on that battle for the rookies, as we've seen a lot here tonight this season. As we start to see our times coming through, Dylan DeBono for Velocity Sim Labs will put the fastest time so far with a 150.548. And then Callan Hodgkinson, one of our AMS drivers, up there with a 151.289. And start see them flowing in now all the way down to 9th place, only within that second. Jamie Christensen getting a good lap in there, but not enough to pip DeBono. And now Daniel Byrne coming through as well, who's had another phenomenal season out there.
Hey, definitely correct on that. The battle's been on all the way through these guys, and you see Daniel Byrne and the Kittens. A surprise pack of entry. There's a couple of kitten racing there, but they have shown their nice, beautiful liveries out there week in, week out, and obviously got very good results as well along the way. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do tonight with his team.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I hope to see him come back for a full season, because I think I feel like the boys up the top end might have a new contender jumping up there. We saw Daniel Byrne a little bit slower in the 86s when he first jumped into them, but I tell you what, he's picked this car up extremely quick and is really starting to push his way up to the top tier of these Shannons GR86 series.
Yeah, definitely correct on that. And as I see from Hutto, it is a wee bit foggy out there, so it does look a little bit misty. Unfortunately, first thing in the morning in the Netherlands here, so it is maybe distracted drivers a little bit, but hopefully the conditions lessen up for them later on. But we see Sam Katakazunas up in P6. He's also fighting for P2 in the championship and has not improved, I think, at all on his lap there. So, in fact, there's a couple more drivers going past. You see Doug Gowan's going up to P4. Matthew Feely Taylor putting in a ripper of a lap with the 151.277 for P5. So he's been a massive surprise packet so far tonight.
Yeah, definitely starting to see those times come in as everybody's out on their second or third lap. Still a few purples and personal bests coming through. Daniel Byrne coming over the finish line now. Did improve, not enough to go up though. Will hold himself in that P3 spot with just under 4 minutes to go left of this Racecraft Simulations qualifying session. Keeping an eye on some of the drivers down below. You can see on that timing table the P's, the A's and the R's to define where these drivers sit. You can see some of those rookies and AMs starting to get right up in there as we see Cameron Edwards now up into 5th, dropping Matty Gerard down into 6th. So still a lot of movement, still a lot of time to be made in the final 3 minutes here.
Yeah, definitely quicker now to see Mark Turner going up to 19th position. But yeah, the battle's definitely on here. A lot of these drivers probably not used to racing the Zandfort, especially on a new track. It is technically brand new for this season, but yeah, a little bit ups and downs. I know a few drivers were struggling to get some really good lap times here, so it's interesting to see what happened to it on board with Dylan De Bono. He had a purple last sector, but it wasn't enough. It was a whole second slower, so something must have happened early on, but he has enough time for one more lap. So maybe just warming up the tyres to the optimal temperatures. We just keep on board with him because he's the closest at the moment, battling for Jamie Christensen for pole. Jamie has gone back into the pits, so it's all out for P number 1 at the moment.
It sure is, mate. We just see Tim Cornt there for Locked On Lads jumping up into P7. So again, still a lot of movement happening on the timing table with Matty Gerard, a purple and 2 greens. Was it enough? It was up into provisional P4. Another driver into those 150s. Great time there for that AMS driver. Right up, mixing it up with the top of the pros.
Yeah, he'll be definitely a happy man right now, beating his teammate Dougie Gowan. Normally he's used to being behind him, but he's definitely so tonight. He's got a fair bit of pace here at Zandfort.
It's a great looking track too, mate. I honestly think the track choices this season, especially for the 86s, were a phenomenal choice from our series admin, Mr. Daniel Fritz. So great job from Fritzy on the track choices this season. And the Super Sprint series as well, mate, has really kept everybody in contention for some great points.
Yeah, definitely correct on that. I see there's a couple of drivers struggling to get a lap time in, Ty Delaney and Steven Sinkovich. Don't know exactly where the struggle is. Did you see Dylan's get a little bit off there? I believe that would be an off track, if I'm not mistaken. So unfortunately he has gone to pull into the pitch, and that would be it for him. As to see Ty Delaney coming across the finish line now, see if he can put a lap in. Comes across, and he does. It goes up to P18, so he'll be very happy with that. With a 152.157.
I don't know how very happy he would be only getting 1 lap in, but I tell you what, he's got to be at least a little bit stoked that he managed to get a lap in. He is starting right in the mid-pack though, so it'll be interesting to see what the young gun can do. He's definitely done quite well coming over into these 86s. But I still think he's struggling with the car a little bit. He's definitely not as quick as what we see him out in those V8 supercars, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely corrected that, and that is qualifying done. So it is Jamie Christensen taking pole position in front of Dylan De Bono and Daniel Byrne in P3, which is an awesome result from the Kittens Racing to be on the podium for the qualifying. Now we've got Matty Gerard as well, another surprise pack up into P4, followed by Doug Gallant and Dan Bartus. Then we've got in P7 Cameron Edwards and Tim Cornt. We've got Matthew Feely Taylor, the quickest in the rookie for tonight, and next to him is Callum Hodgkinson. Outside the top 10, we start with Sam Katakazuna, who's currently P2 in the Pro. He definitely wants to, all he has to do is finish tonight and he maintained P2, followed by David Gallo. Then we've got Ryan Price in P13, and on the outside of him is Curtis Jackson. In 15th, we have Andrew Lydon, and outside of him is John McHenry. P17, we have Rain Everett, followed by him is Ty Delaney. P19 is Cameron Everett, and rounding out the top 20 is Cody Metcalf. Followed by him is Mark Cochran and Mark Turner, taking out row 11. Followed by Greg Johnston and Vic Benvelden. Following that, it is David Simmons and Philip Buckland. And behind them it is Peter Wilkinson and Nathan Kane. Stephen Sinkovich in P30, followed by Shane Nowens, and rounding out the field is Brennan Soper. So it is roughly a 31 car grid tonight. I'm definitely looking forward to tonight's battle.
Oh, it sure is, mate. And we see the two Marks lining up next to each other, Mark Cochran and Mark Turner. I'll tell you what, that's been a story to tell, I think, over this series, mate. These two, it's been the battle of the Marks nearly every single race, mate. So definitely keep an eye on those names as they start hooning around the track here tonight, because, yeah, the Battle of Marks has been a great one to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely on that as well, with qualifying as well. They set a lot quicker times. There's 5 drivers in the 50s, so it is going to be very intriguing that a few other drivers have picked up their pace in quality, and hopefully they can maintain it and just put a lot of pressure on Jamie Christensen. We know that he's been outstanding this season, but I definitely know that the likes of De Bono and Byrne will want to make a statement that they can compete week in, week out as well.
Yeah, they've definitely got to just stay on the back of Christensen at the start here and don't let him get away. I feel like once the pressure's off Christensen, it's just too easy for him, and he just starts pulling away. It becomes that Sunday drive. But we've definitely seen when there is pressure on the back of him, it's definitely harder for him to get away. But we are getting ready to get set, go racing for the final time here for 2023 for your Shannons Insurance Toyota GR86 Nationals. And we will find out who our champions are by the end of 3 races. We are 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are green racing.
A really good launch from Byrne and Christensen. Looks like the Bono has bogged down a little bit, so he's lost the position to his teammate Gowans and Gerard already. They're coming to the first corner. Christensen demanding lead at the moment. And a lot of cars following through as well, which is really good, keeping it nice and clean in the first corner. But just look at all these beautiful colours here going around the last time tonight. Starting out in heat number 1, Christensen, really good, already pushing out a fair bit of the lead. Daniel Byrne, oh no, that is Matthew Feely Taylor. He's the leader's champion at the moment for the rookies. He's spun around and made contact as well with Mark Cochran. That is very, very unfortunate in the first race at the moment.
Yeah, not a great start, mate. Looked like just cold tyres just caught him unstuck. And around he went. There is a lot of undulation and changes in this track. You'll be able to see many different angles of the track, lifts and dips, as we are on board with Tim Corn, with the Locked On lads, stuck in a heated battle here with Matty Gerard and Dan Batouche just out in front. Jamie Christensen got a great start and is starting to pull that gap from Byrne already. And we will keep an eye on that as the night goes on.
Yeah, to see Tim Corn out there on track at the moment, just trying to catch up to Matty Gerard. He goes on the inside of Dan Batouche. Almost made it stuck, but he's stuck on the outside now on the exit, and Dan Batouche has managed to get back into the front of the map, but put a lot of pressure now because Tim Corn had a really good corner and exit as well, so he's definitely putting a lot more pressure onto Matty Gerard now. Matty definitely wants that P5 finish. He's got Dan Batouche, he's a fellow AM driver, and they've been battling out all season as well, and it's a little bit of uncertain dominance for the very last race, but it's good battle so far at the moment with Corn and Hodgkinson as well behind, with Edward following that very closely.
I think we'll keep an eye on this battle very close as we move a bit further back. Pricey now starting to push the back of McHenry. McHenry not up where he'd probably want to be. Not sure if he's had the time this season to be as consistent. I know he has had some good finish spots, and it's got himself in that P4 battle, so he really needs to try and get in front of DeBono over these next 3 races to see if he can actually finish the season on the podium.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a gap to try and make, but all it takes is 1 or 2 bad races for a driver, and if you capitalise on it, you can put yourself back into the battle here. Just look at the back of Tim Quant. See the 2 wide formation here, diamond formation, shall I say, with David Gallo and Cameron Edwards just splitting the needle between each other, keeping it nice and clean. Cam thought he's going to go on the inside, but decided to back out, and it looked like the Gallo had a real good exit there. Unfortunately, Hodgkinson made a little bit of an error, and that made him lose a position, now putting a lot more pressure behind him, because Cam Edwards and the likes of Sam Katakazunas and Curtis Jackson is reaching on him very, very quickly.
Yeah, this is going to be a close battle here. I think we've seen all season. It's very, very hard to get these 86s unstuck from each other once they join up. We've got a solid battle here of 6. Oh, Cam Edwards getting attacked here by Sam Katakazunas. Nope, sorry. Curtis Jackson was getting attacked by Cam Edwards, and Cam Edwards will get the move done as they come back down onto the start-finish line. It is going to be a drag race now for these 2 cars down into turn 1. Tricky little corner. Who is going to brake first? Who is going to give the right of way? A bit of a bump. The 2 continue, though. John McHenry now managed to get himself right up into that nice spot of P13, up 3 spots, so starting to take names, and now he's aiming off on Edwards and Jackson while they battle away as well.
Yeah, normally there's massive gainers in the first couple of laps, but tonight is the biggest so far is only 7, and that is Steve Sinkovich going further up in the field, starting from the rear, but Ty Delaney's got a lot of pressure under him. Cody Metcalf is a very quick driver and can cause some upset. Oh, just a little bit loose there, but fortunately, didn't make any contact with Ty Delaney there. That could have been very messy, but the battle's on here, and so a lot of these drivers just, I believe it takes roughly 5 laps to get the tyres into a really good temperature, so a few drivers just struggling a bit with cold tyres at this Zandfort early in the morning. And you see Daniel Byrne battling out with Jamie Christensen for the lead. He's putting a lot of pressure on the lead. This hasn't happened as often, but it's great to see Byrne is sticking to the champion leader at the moment, going, "Hello, I'm here, I'm going to cause an upset tonight." And Christensen just a little bit wide there, but it allows Daniel Byrne to be right behind him coming onto the main straight. And there's contact with Cody Metcalf. Is that
looks like
Cam Harvick as well?
Yeah, it's a few people off track here. Yeah, so Cam Hardwick is off the side as well. Looks like they're both going to continue. Tim Corns around as well for the Locked On lads, falling through the field. He was right up on the front, but is now around, and the field is just eating them up as we come through to finish off lap 4 here tonight of our first race. Callan Hodgkinson, after a small mistake, still got himself, as we see Katakazunas around for Team Bushfink Racing. Few mistakes made early in the race. It could have a detrimental effect on their finishing spots here tonight.
Yeah, it's absolutely chaotic. All of a sudden, the last lap, everyone's either making the error or just getting caught in chaos, and that's the best thing about the G86s. You look at one battle guy, yeah, that's nice and awesome, then all of a sudden you go to another camera and just, yeah, it's just chaos everywhere at the moment. On the cold tyres, it is trying to warm up a bit. I did see 18 degrees Celsius, so the driver's probably pushing the car a little bit too much for the cars and the tyres at the moment, but awesome battles at the moment. Ty Delaney up 7 positions already, fighting for a top 10 invert. He's only 1 position away from it.
Yeah, he sure is, mate. But there's Cameron Edwards, John McHenry, Curtis Jackson, all in front of him. All very skilled drivers in these 86s. As Daniel Byrne, we're going to jump back up the front here. This is Jamie Christensen, your championship leader, with a newcomer to the 86s. Daniel Byrne, driver 808, really putting pressure on the back of Jamie. I wonder if all the practice in the Formula 3 is really starting to pay off for the Kittens driver.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's also allowing Doug Gowans as well a little bit into the toe as well, so that makes it almost into a three-way battle for the lead, and probably a good thing as well for Daniel Byrne as well, because it just allows him to work with someone else to try and attack Jamie and just try and make him, you know, a little bit unsettled with the car and just put a lot of pressure on him. But to go a little bit further back, and Curtis Jackson currently P8, a lot of pressure behind him was John McHenry, then David Gallo, another Kittens racing car, just gone underneath in turn 1 for Callum Hodgkinson. But now coming to turn 2, Callum's gone back ahead as well. But then he's going, no, he didn't pull out either. So side-by-side action here. Now it's on the turn 4 curve. Interesting to see two different lines there. Gallo had a really good run there. And now they're just side-by-side again coming to turn 5. This is awesome racing from these two fellas right now.
It is fantastic racing, and as they were going through, or watching the battle pack stream through behind them, and there was a bit of a check up in pit lane. Cars trying to get out. Is a very tough pit lane to get out of, as you've got 6 to 9 cars screaming past down into turn 1. Everybody seemed to have got out fine, but that has put a massive battle pack just in behind Hodgkinson and Jackson. So we will keep an eye on these guys. You can see them starting to close that gap in now. And we could have a big battle here for P6. As Daniel Byrne again starting to put the pressure on Christensen. Has just not been able to get away tonight. Christensen not showing that usual Sunday drive, making it look way too easy. And Mr. Grandpa Gowans is right on the back of this as well.
Yeah, definitely want to say that one driver I did enjoy watching during the series as well. Unfortunately didn't make it tonight. Jack Greenwald, he also put some wonderful battles as well with Jamie Christensen last week, and now Daniel Byrne's turn to do the same. So I'm actually enjoying this fight here. Just different drivers up fighting for the podium, just putting the previous season 2 champion under a lot of pressure. Just see the Familian driver to struggle a little bit in turn 1 there, and just Daniel Byrne just doing the right thing, putting all the pressure on left, right and centre, and just I think he's waiting for the 15-20 minute mark before he takes the lead, because he knows how crucial that draft is.
Talking using that draft, mate, I think Dougie Gowans has made a great use of it, as he just sets the fastest lap of this session with a 150.58. So he is starting to put the pressure on these two at the front as well. Hopefully looking to close that gap. Oh, he may have made a small mistake. He's just dropped to a full second off the back of these two.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Just might have made a little bit of a slip, or maybe just trying to bring his teammate Dylan DeBona into the battle. I'm not 100% sure here what the go is, but it'd be interesting to see what happened there. We see Dan Batu sitting in P5 nice and comfortably as well, so he's doing a really awesome effort tonight at the moment, the leading for the AMs at the moment. But yeah, the battle's on all the way through down the pack. Just the Daniel Byrne trying to go on the outside. Unfortunately didn't make a stick, but got a good run here on Jamie Christensen. But he's very experienced, this man. He just keeps it nice and clean, and I think he might need to take just a couple more laps before he gets a really good opportunity to overtake him.
Where was Byrne sitting? Where did he get himself up? He managed to get himself up into P9 in the championship points, and I do believe he hasn't been here for the whole season. So I tell you what, he's had an absolute phenomenal run here. I'm definitely looking forward to see if he comes back next season. I want to keep an eye on Mr. John McHenry. Up 8 spots. Essentially, he does want to try and get as close to DeBono as possible over these final 3 races here tonight to see if he can knock him out of that 3rd spot. As I've commentator cursed him, and he's gone a little wide, and that's put Cam Edwards hot on his tail.
Yeah, unfortunately a few drivers this season have been commentated cursed, but a lot of pressure on the drivers. I know that only 2 points per position, so a lot of them count. A lot of pressure as well. As you see, Daniel Byrne, he has the opportunity to jump Dougie Gowans tonight up into P6 in the championship, so every point counts at the moment. So he's definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do. As you see, Cam Everett just just doing his own little thing, driving his own little line. He's definitely not letting John McHenry put him under pressure, and just shows as well that when he's on and can keep the fast guy behind. And that's a slow car there. I think that's Tim Corn.
That is Tim
Just
Corn. Yep.
letting all the leaders go by without interfering.
Oh,
No,
Burns
Jamie
in the
Christian.
wall. That was Burns. Burns in the wall. What has happened there?
They're side by side here. Burns got the lead, and oh no.
Oh, it could be a mix of netcode and contact. We're going to leave that up to race control, but that is seriously unfortunate as Byrne and Christensen were racing phenomenally, and it looks like Byrne's car is heavily damaged. Hopefully he can make it round to the pits, but that's actually allowed Mr. Grandpa Gowans to now fight it out for the lead, and that's bringing Dylan DeBono, P3 in the championship, right up onto the back of them as well.
And you also set the quickest lap of the race as well, with 150.362, so that's a really quick lap there to see Cam Everett trying to make a sandwich here between Hodgkinson and Gallo, but unfortunately that didn't work, and looks like that Gallo missed out on 2 positions there coming out of turn 1, so a lot of pressure with the boys there, and Everett gaining another position and leaving John McHenry behind.
Not so good for John, not so good for Daniel Byrne as well. We will wait to see if that was called into race control and if they have anything to say about it. But the battle is on here for Callan Hodgkinson and Cameron Edwards.
They are changing positions left, right and centre. Like every second there's someone different in the lead there between these two boys, but I'll let you go.
No, it's all right. I think I had to burp.
All good. Let's see, Cam Everett finally getting ahead of Callum Hodgkinson and David Gallo under a lot of pressure with John McHenry and Curtis Jackson behind as well. And that's Sham Kazunas and Ty Delaney as well within 1 second of them. So it's just a hectic battle pack, you know, from 5th all the way down to 12th. They're all within a second of each other.
Yeah, the 86ers have put on a great show this season. I think the close racing has really made a spectacle. Oh, as we see Katakazunas down the inside of Delaney there. What a beautiful move as we were watching off the back of McHenry's car. Katakazunas up another spot there, really trying to put the pressure on.
Definitely a lot of pressure on a lot of these drivers now. They're trying to gain as many points as they can and try and finish as high as possible to finish out the round. As we see Dylan DeBono got the quickest lap of the race again. That is incredible what he's doing up front. But yeah, Cam Everett here, they're trying to make a 3-way sandwich coming to turn 1 again. Instead, there's Hodgkinson in the middle, Everett on the outside and Gallo on the inside. And Gallo done a really good job there and got in front of all of them. So really good racing, but looks like Callum Hodgkinson just unfortunately, no, you have to be stuck to it. Go back onto the inside here, but see 3 wide just right behind as well. You can pick any line you can. You see Sam Katakazuna's on the outside overtaking 2 cars. You've got Cam Everett on the grass. He's going to be really careful there not to make contact, and 3 wide again. These drivers here absolutely putting on a fantastic show, but there's contact there. Massive contact.
This could see our first safety car of the night with that many cars racing so close.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a safety car. ShiBBy's already within the last 5 minutes there.
5 minutes, so there will be no safety car. That was an unfortunate way to see such a great battle between 6-7 drivers. Oh, and we see Mr. Ryan Price into the wall as well. I wonder if these cold conditions are actually playing more of a havoc than the hot conditions. As we jump back to the front, Jamie Christensen now back in the lead of Grandpa Gowans and DeBono hot on their tail as well. So the final 4 minutes here of Heat 1. We see DeBono with a huge slide, manages to catch it, but not sure if that's going to be enough to keep him on the back for these final 4 minutes. The sweet Ty Delaney around the inside. We'll put him on the outside line, gets that tucked in really nicely and gets the move done on Wayne Edwards.
Now that is a very crucial spot for Ty Delaney to gain that, as well as Andrew Lydon. Putting a lot of pressure on Wayne Edwards. Wayne Edwards trying to capitalise on the mishap of Matthew Philly Taylor early in the race. Every point counts. he wants to gain as many, I think 30 positions overall tonight, which is a lot, but 30 points overall, which is 15 positions. So currently already 5 positions up and good handy points early on, but there's still 2 more races to go.
Ty Delaney just got a sneaky move there down on Katakazunas as well. Ty Delaney now up 10 spots into that P8 position. Looking really good for the young gun. Mark Turner, one of our biggest movers this evening for our AMS class, up in P7 with 15 spots gained. But Steven Sinkovic for our rookie drivers here tonight, up 17 spots already in our first race.
Yeah, followed by that as well, Brent Soper in the rookie as well, up 17 spots. He's only 2 spots behind Steve Sinkovic as well, so he's doing a phenomenal job this race, gaining as many positions as possible. But Steve Sinkovic, he definitely wants to hold on to P3, if not try and gain up to P2 in the championship, and he's doing everything he can at the moment and doing the right thing.
Oh, De Bono, no! Has had an incident. And that's dropped him down into 4th. Was this a self-incident, just trying to push the car to try and catch up with his teammate? Off onto the grass and locks it up down into the corner. Manages to keep it off the wall, but unfortunately will lose that spot to Gallo. No, to Bartouche, sorry. What is Bartouche's livery? What is going on? It is white flag.
A bit of a safety hazard going down there on track in P4 at the moment, but good looking livery though. I'm not complaining about it, but he has showed week in, week out a little bit different paintwork, and tonight it's good omen with that paintwork. He's currently in P3 and P1 overall in the AMS at the moment.
He's got that crash test dummy livery on. Could have been testing that out if he was any closer to De Bono's. De Bono slid out on that corner. Bono still sitting right in behind him, still looking good. John McHenry 2 spots behind De Bono, so I definitely think we'll be keeping an eye on to see P3 tonight, because there is less than 30 points. Sorry, less than 60 points between De Bono and McHenry for that 3rd place spot here tonight on our championship podium.
Oh, just seeing Matty Gerard side by side with Philip Buckland coming to the turn number 1. He's gained another position. Unfortunately lost a lot early on in the race, but he's recovered very nicely back up to P17. He was top 5 in qualifying as well, so he definitely wants to try and make a little bit of a reprimand after that. But the battle for P1 at the moment with Jamie Christensen and Dougie Gowan still on in the final lap. There's still half a second within each other. All it takes one small mistake from Jamie Christensen here, and Doug Gowan can capitalise and take the win here in heat number 1. As they're going around the second last corner now, coming now to the last bend. See if Jamie Christensen can hold out, which I think he should. You can see Doug Gowan's trying to use as much draft as possible, but it's unfortunately not enough, and Jamie Christensen takes heat number 1 and Gowan's in 2nd. But Dan B2's in P3, followed by Dylan De Bono. And in the battle for P5 as well, with David Gallo doing a phenomenal job, up 7 positions, finishing in 5th.
And Mr. Consistent, the sneaky driver that he is this season, up 10 spots by the end of this race. Up into P6 to still nab himself a great amount of points here for the championship round. So, mate, I'm thoroughly excited to see this reverse top 10, as we will see Andrew Lydon of the Kittens Racing. So that'll be good for him to be up there. Unfortunately, Daniel Byrne, even after that great battling, did manage to fall through the field and end up in 25th. So I'm sure he's going to want to get back out there next race and try and get up there with his teammate and push Lydon through. But a lot of battles ahead, mate, as the cars are still coming across the finish line for Heat 1 here tonight for our championship round of the Shannons GR86 Nationals. While we've got a bit of time, I just want to thank everybody for supporting us here through 2023. Without your support, we wouldn't have hit that 1,000 subscribers mark. So thank you so much all for joining us day in, day out, and also every week for all our series. Our V8 Supercars and Formula 3 will be broadcast this week. Had a few technical difficulties that stopped our broadcast from going ahead, so please make sure you are subscribed and have hit that notification bell to find out. I can tell you the V8 Supercars AMS round will go live 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time on Saturday. So make sure you tune in as Preach and I bring you all the action of the championship round for the simrigs.com V8 Supercars AM series.
It's very good to see Andrew Larden finish P10. Now he gets to start on pole position in heat number 2, followed by rookie driver Ryan Everidge. Ty Delaney in P3, followed by Mark Turner. Then we've got John McHenry in P5 and David Gallo. Dylan DeBono and Dan Bartus on the 4th row, and in the 5th row is Doug Gowans and the winner of heat number 1, Jamie Christensen. Following them is P11 of Sam Katakazunas, and on the outside of him is Steven Sinkovich. Mark Cochran is in P13 with Cameron Everidge on the outside. Brandon Soper and Matthew Feely-Taylor is together, followed by another Matthew of Matty Gerard. Got Philip Buckland and Vic Ben Velden, and rounding out the top 20 is David Simmons. Following him it is Greg Johnston and Callum Hodgkinson on the 11th row, followed by Ryan Price and Daniel Byrne. Then we've got Peter Wilkinson and Curtis Jackson with Tim Corn and Cameron Hardwick. And last on the row was Cody Metcalf and Shane Nowens. So the battle's on. I did see the points, 14 points gained for the rookie of Ryan Everidge. So now it's only 16 point difference between first and second in the championship, heading to the second last race of the season. And I don't know where ShiBBy, but we've still got roughly 50 seconds to go before heat number 2 starts. I'm looking forward to see what the drivers can do in this race. Ryan Everett got a massive advantage. He is already up 14 positions ahead of Matty Feely-Taylor heading into this race, and if he maintains this gap, he will overtake and get into P1 heading into the final feature.
I mean, mate, I was just having a look at the points to see how they were looking, if they'd updated, to see if I can get more of an idea of what's happening up the top end. So, but I think it's gonna come down to the wire, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely correct on that. Oh, want to say the 3-minute section is here. The lights will come up at any time now. Waiting for the race director to set them off, and they are on. The red lights is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Green flag, and off we go again. We'll see if any of the drivers can capitalise here. It is a slow start for the GR86s, but a couple of movers already with David Gallo, McHenry, and Turner making a spot already from the get-go. 3 wide coming to turn 1 there, looks pretty clean all the way through, but it is sliding, taking the early lead ahead of Ryan Everett and John McHenry as well. And these boys are doing a phenomenal job on the first lap. Cold tyres, keeping it nice and smooth, side by side with a couple of cars in together here. Oh no, there's one car on the outside there. That was David Simmons into the wall.
Look at this battle pack in the middle there. Cannot separate them. We have 2 by 3 or 3 by 2. Oh, there's slight contact there with Gallo and Delaney. And now there's a bit of bumping and rubbing with Batush and Delaney, as Delaney had nowhere to go trying to get back onto track.
Yeah, that was very hectic. First laps here, you got drivers left, right, and centre. It's very hard to concentrate there, and unfortunately, just a little bit of contact there. As you see, Jamie Christensen already up 5 position. Attila DeBono following up as well in P6 right behind him as well. So, yeah, he's a very hot starter. Jamie Christensen is doing a phenomenal job already, putting a lot of pressure behind Mark Turner for P4.
He sure is, mate. And I tell you what, John McHenry's got to be pretty happy right now sitting up in that P2. He really, really needs to keep this position away from DeBono and stay in front of him because there is definitely this battle on for P3 on the championship as Edwards is around and on his roof. We have a car on their roof for the first time this season. No, second time this season. I think we haven't seen too many, but the battles are still on here with De Bono just in with Mark Turner. So he's definitely going to be one of pushing towards McHenry, as he knows that he's the one that can take him away from this podium spot here tonight in the championship round.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate there for Ryan Everett. He was fighting for P1 in the rookie championship there, but ended upside down. Very unfortunate, as we see Sam Kazakhstan just under a lot of press from Doug Gowan. It looks like the car just snapped from Doug Gowan there, and he ends up losing the spot for Mark Cochran. And it looks like Ty Delaney and Cam Edwards have a really good opportunity of making an overtake as well, as you see Ty pushing Mark Cochran as much as possible just to gain that position ahead of Doug Gowan. Unfortunately, he had lost a couple of positions there.
Such close racing. Cam up 3 spots. Going to keep pushing the back of Gowans. Gowans made that slight mistake, so he's gonna hold on and hope that that happens again, so he can commit. Look at this, Steven Sinkovic up there in P12 as well, but does have Daniel Byrne. We saw how fast he was in the first session. Comes through now, keeps it nice and tight. We'll get that tucked in on Sinkovic, and Curtis Jackson will get the move done as well, I believe. No, they're still side by side. Sinkovic is going to have the inside line here. I think Jackson might have been able to. Oh, there's a touch. And around Sinkovic goes. Oh, yeah. This is the battle. This is the battle. De Bono on the back of McHenry now. As I said, McHenry's got to do everything he can to defend from De Bono. This is the battle for P3 in the championship.
Yeah, it's very hectic here. John McHenry and Dylan De Bono, they haven't really do much side-by-side action on track, but in the points they've been fighting galore. You see Jamie Christensen now putting John McHenry under a lot of pressure, and it looks like that Christensen had a real good run there. He's got to go for the outside move to get a lot more momentum, while McHenry goes on the inside, but unfortunately McHenry couldn't keep up there, so now that's allowed Dylan De Bono, and is that Doug Gowans around as well?
Gowans around as well.
Yeah, he hadn't had the best of luck lately in the G86s, but hopefully his car's A-OK to continue driving for heat number 2.
Oh, it looks like there was a crisscross car around there as well. This is what happened with Wayne Edwards when we saw that car end up on the roof. Oh, lots of close battling. Sort of gets sandwiched between De Bono and Christensen and just gets absolutely spat out of the sandwich. It's like that slippery bit of tomato when you try and bite into it and it just shoots out the other end.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit like Mario Kart with the banana peeled off you go. As you see, Sam Kazakhstan in P7 just putting a lot of pressure under Mark Turner as well. He's up 4 position, Turner down 2. So it's good to see he's moving up the pack after heat number 1 to try to make Mark track under the pressure, but he's done a really good job to maintain it. To see Greg Johnson overtaking Mark Cochran.
Mark Cochran's made a mistake and has fallen through the field, mate. He's lost a big old handful of positions. Oh, now we see Christensen and De Bono taking their rightful places out in P1, P2. Christensen driven through 9 other cars to get right back up in there, and De Bono up 5 spots now as well. And I think this is where the battle of the champions will be. Sam Kazakhstan, though, sitting in P2 in the championship, sitting back in 6th place. So it is definitely going to come down to the wire here tonight.
If you see Christensen and De Bono battling out with each other, it looks like that De Bono definitely wants to try and put Christensen under a lot of pressure. Unfortunately, the previous race, he couldn't put him under pressure. He was stuck behind Doug Gowans, and another Kittens driver, so he didn't have the opportunity, but now he has it. He was the quickest man last race, but Jamie Christensen quickest so far this race with the 150.3, obviously thanks to the draft on the previous lap, but it'll be interesting to see what Dylan DeBono can do in the next 13 minutes to see if he can take out heat number 2 away from Jamie Christensen.
If he can, he's still in a great spot here to pull that gap away from McHenry, which is, I'm sure, what he's going to want to do. Even a second place here will be good points for him, especially with McHenry sitting 2 spots behind, as we see 4 cars in a heated battle here. On the front of Callan Hodgkinson, Matty Gerard just in front, Brendan Sopar and Mark Cochran as well. See how these cars tackle it. Oh, there's a big checkup and a turn.
Oh no.
And that crisscross car, unfortunately, collecting 2 cars on the way through.
Yeah, that's just so unlucky there. I think it's just... I don't think that was deliberate there. That was a very accidental move. It was just the car ahead just checked up a bit coming out the corner, and unfortunately Gerard had nowhere to go, and the third car just had nowhere to go as well. But it was to see Jamie Christensen taking the lead further away from Dylan DeBono, and Sam Katakazuna still battling out for P5 position. Dan Batusin put a lot of pressure under John McHenry, who's done a real good job at the moment, up 3 positions alone, and in the invert top 5 currently in heat number 2. So he's doing the right thing. You didn't see, that was Andrew Lyden just pulling out in the slower car, I think, of Matthew Feely-Taylor. So it's going to be really wary. They've got a few strugglers at the back that might cause a little bit of havoc. And see Sam Katakazuna just putting the move on down the Tuesday. Unfortunately, Tuesday had the best exit or entry into that corner and lost 1 position.
We jump on board with Greg Johnston, battling it out with Vic Van Veltzen and Mark Cochran as well, who unfortunately made that slight mistake and plummeted through the field. But it's good to see Mark back on his wheels and starting to fight his way back up through this, because the battles are still on for, of course, the AMS and the Rookies Championship as well.
Yeah, the battle's definitely on. All it takes is one real bad race and it puts all the other drivers back into contention. Mark Cochran just trying to put Greggy Johnston under a lot of pressure, trying to regain a couple more positions that he lost early on in the race, and he should be able to get the job done coming to turn 1. He's close enough to get the draft to work for him. You've got to be really careful not to make an error coming out the corner, because if he does, it allows Greg Johnston another lap ahead.
Jamie Christensen nearly got into the 149s last lap. He got a 150.19. That is the quickest tonight overall.
Absolutely phenomenal how quick he is. To see Mark Cochran coming in the inside of Greg Johnston and making it work really hard. Greggy, he's making him work for it, but Mark Cochran had a real good inside line there and kept that position. As we see Cody Metcalf battling out with Tim Corn. Cody Metcalf got for the switcheroo, had a real good exit as well, so they're going to be side by side now. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here, because Tim Corn does got the inside line coming to the next corner if he can maintain overlap. Ooh, very close there, but Cody did the right thing, left him room, and that allowed Tim Corn to get back ahead. But it looks like Cody here just playing a little bit of games, just trying to get the better exit in the corners here just to get back ahead. But Tim Corn was a little bit too good there.
Yeah, Metcalf trying to come into that corner at different angles. Had to get on the brakes a little bit harder and has dropped him off the back. But Katakazunas now right hot on John McHenry's tail. So Katakazunas is still battling for this podium championship finish. So, of course, trying to get in front of McHenry is going to help him make sure he secures that spot, as we've still got 9 minutes here to go in Heat 2, and then a 20-minute feature as well to find out who our champions will be this evening.
Yes, this is some very handy points for Sam Katakazuna. This should cement him in P2 overall if he can maintain P5. But he's got to be very careful though, not to make a mistake, because he's going to make an overtake for John McHenry. But Dan Bertuzzi, he's got to try and go on the inside with him, but just backed out a little bit there. And Sam Katakazuna's now inside and ahead of John McHenry on the exit as well, so he's done a really good job. And to get in front of him now. Dan Batiste is battling out with P5 for John McHenry, so he's got to be real careful here. Dan does got the outside one, so he can gain a lot more momentum. As you see, brilliant run there. He's got the speed and a position as well. Now Mark Turner's putting a lot of pressure on John McHenry on the exit as well.
Yeah, great to see these battles. These are all up in this top 10 as well. The mid-pack sort of has fallen off everybody, but I got to say a huge shout out to Daniel Byrne, really showing that pace that he had in Heat 1. He is now up 15 spots into P9, so he is also looking good to grab some good points here in Heat 2, because I know he's definitely going to need them after that unfortunate incident in Heat 1. Oh, and there he goes. Oh no, that's Matthew Feely-Taylor. That is a lapped car. I tell you,
that's Wayne Edwards.
That was Wayne Edwards, sorry.
Yep.
Cody Metcalf up 17 spots, our biggest mover of the race so far. Looking good to get himself some great points here for the AMS Championship. Tell you what, Andrew Lydon, though, has stuck with our front runners from the beginning. Started in P1 thanks to that reverse top 10 grid and has not let that P3 spot get away so far.
Doing a phenomenal job to keep a lot more experienced drivers. I know Sam Kazunis have put in a fair bit of laps on GR86s. He enjoyed these cars, but now he's got a lot of pressure underneath. He has the draft. He's got to go for the inside move for turn 1, and he has opened up the door there. Be interesting to see if he outbrakes him and shuts the door on him very quickly and cleanly too. So he's done a really good job defending his position, and that means that Sam Kazunis has got Dan Batiste all over behind him now to try and defend the door.
I'll tell you what, if anybody's watched the Shannons Formula 3 Nationals, they would know just how good at defending Andrew Lydon is. It's going to be interesting though. Katakasuna's got a great run out there. Look how much extra speed he's carrying because of that draft assistance.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing Andrew as much as possible. He knows for sure the draft is going to be very, very crucial. He wants to be getting in front on the very last lap, because he knows that the straight is not long enough for the cars behind to overtake. So he's definitely plotting in the next 5 minutes or so to make that move done and dusted and cement P2. But a lot of pressure though, because he's still got Dan Batiste and McHenry in turn as well following them. So just one slight mistake and yeah, the battle might be all over for them.
That's right, mate. It definitely could be as, as we see Christensen. Hello, lost my keyboard. There we go. As we see Christensen out to a 8-second gap onto Andrew Lydon. As we said in the first heat, that once Christensen gets away, it becomes a Sunday drive for him. But we could see that pressure that Daniel Byrne had put on him all of the race until that incident, that if he's got pressure, that he just can't get away from people.
Yeah, it's obviously this is a very good example right now. You see Andrew Lydon just having a lot of pressure behind him with Sam Katakasunas and Dan Batiste. Dan Batiste trying to make it 3 wide on the inside coming to turn 1. Oh no, just 2 drivers into 1 does not match, and unfortunately those guys lose out on the battle for P2, and that does also hold out McHenry as well. So,
something's happened there as well between McHenry and Lydon just after that incident. And now Sam Katakasunas has made the move on Byrne within all that, but Byrne's come back. Maybe Katakasunas might have just actually redressed, because Katakasunas had slowed down quite a lot there. And Daniel Byrne just takes off in front of him.
There's so much to digest in that one corner alone. All of a sudden we have Ty Delaney in P4 putting Sam Katakasunas under a lot of pressure for a podium position. And same thing with Everett as well, popping up into P6 as well, back into the battle. So, yeah, absolutely chaos what one corner can do. And just all of a sudden there's 3 different drivers battling for the podium.
It's going to be a cracking finish here, mate. We have 4 minutes left to go here in Heat 2 of our championship round. It is definitely super close in the points across the field in our AMs and rookies as well.
It's going to be so hard to keep track to where everyone is. This race is so hectic, and drivers are just in complete different positions to where they normally are. As you see, Cam Everett up in P6, just using the draft of Mark Turner as well. So we're going to be very interesting to see what happens now. Daniel Byrne once again defending P2. Well, it's actually not once again. He's actually gone up 22 positions. He's just changed positions with his teammate, but he's up in P2 now. He's got to defend each guy behind. See Ty Delaney under a lot of pressure here. He got out the draft for Mark Turner to make sure he maintains P4 coming into turn 1. So smart driving there from the young gun. And yeah, once again, another lap, 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, well, Daniel Byrne finished 22 positions down from where he grid in our Heat 1 and now up 22 positions in Heat 2 and just trying to... And we are back. Sorry for that slight hiccup there. We've got storms coming in over across Queensland. So I feel like they could start playing a bit of havoc to the old internet connection.
Yeah. Sucks to be Australia. We've still got the worst internet connection out there in the world, so a little bit of thunderstorm can knock it out. As you see, Cam Everett putting still a lot of pressure for Mark Turner here. The battle's still on for P2 and P3 for heat number 2, but it's also dragged a couple of drivers as well back into the battle as well, with Dylan DeBona now in P7 and slowly catching up to the draft. Mr. C. Cam Everett took a fair bit of curbing there. I don't think he wanted that much, but he's got a real good exit now. Heading up to the last 2 corners of the race. It'll be interesting to see if he can get close enough in the draft and capitalise on his heat. Oh no, that is Vic Van Velden that spun around there, losing a couple of positions. And that's another car as well. Was that Dan Batouche out on the sand?
He really wants to test out that crash test dummy livery, doesn't he?
No, he's doing such a phenomenal job. Unfortunately, it is Barney has waved a white flag, so this is the last lap here, and the battle is on. And Mark knows he's got to get in front of Cameron Everidge for the P number 5, coming now into the 2nd and 3rd corner. He's got to have the outside run there, and he's actually got a real good move there. Try and stick it out with that. Cam Everidge by the outside there to get the momentum. Tried it, but Mark Turner shut the door and maintained P number 5. Phenomenal job there between the two of them. But Dylan
DeBono, where did he come from? What was that?
That was phenomenal. He just came from out of nowhere. Just phenomenal job putting Mark Turner under a lot of pressure. He knows he's got to make a move before the main straight because there's not enough straight before the finish line. But unfortunately, Cam Evans lost 2 positions there.
Yeah, not unfortunate for Cam, but Dylan DeBono just showing us what he's got, really making sure he gets those points locked in away from McHenry. As after this, there's only one more race, and he's definitely got to keep McHenry behind him for the final race here tonight, because an upset could happen if DeBono doesn't finish and McHenry finishes in that top 3. It could be all done and dusted.
Yeah, look like DeBono just doing what I think. Even though Mark Turner made it out. And pushed DeBono out wide too. To see Jamie Christensen coming across the finish line all by himself, 15 seconds ahead of P2. But the battle's still on for the other podium positions at the moment. As you see, Dylan DeBono getting ahead of Mark Turner in P5 as well.
Daniel Byrne from Kittens Racing will take out P2, and Sam Katakazunas up in P3. Some well-earned points for Sam there. He's definitely going to need them. Christensen is celebrating because I think he knows the championship points and the crown trophy are his. And I think he definitely deserves those burnouts here tonight. One more race to go, though, before we can call it, but I think now Christensen just has too many points ahead of Katakazunas. But we will find out after one more 20-minute race here tonight.
Definitely correct on that. The championship's going to be well, everywhere for a couple more classes with the AMs and the rookies. Unfortunately, we do not get the updated points until straight after the third race, so anything can happen. I'm looking at the results now. Matthew Philly Taylor does finish ahead of Ryan Edwards by 5 positions, so he regained 10 points, pushing it out to, I believe, 24 points in the lead currently, heading to heat number 3, but the race is definitely on.
Yeah, it definitely is, mate. Hopefully we can get some drivers to come on down and have a chat with us, mate. I need to go and quickly run to the little girls' room. If you even want to surprise drag one of our drivers down that I can see sitting up in the lounge room, mate, and have a chat with them while we get through this 10-minute warm-up race before our feature race here tonight.
Yes, we are just waiting for a couple of drivers to see if anyone bites the bullet and join us to see Ray Douglas supporting Guns Out Gowan tonight. And thank you very much for joining us as well, and everyone else that's in the chat as well. Thanks for all the support, week in, week out, and yeah, hopefully the final race, it might be a little bit hectic, but it's a good entertainment race tonight, so just waiting to see if anyone wants to jump in the green room and have a little bit of a conversation. You're allowed to join. We don't bite. I'd rather have a bit of fun time with having a bit of a conversation rather than sitting here all by myself. So if anyone is out there listening, please join us. If not, I will probably drag someone in. Just give her 1 more minute. Let's see if I can drag someone in. Everyone's muted their mics. So, another 30 more seconds, see if anyone joins. No, still out there tonight. All by my lonesome. I've probably got to bring in Matt. Yeah, maybe Pricey. Pricey likes to talk. Let's see what we do. Let's see if we can get someone in. Oop. No. Hello boys, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm ShiBBy.
So, welcome to the broadcast room, Pricey. How's your race been so far, mate?
Sorry, I thought I was still on the Discord. Really, it's been enjoyable but frustrating at the same time. But no, they're always fun in the 86s and the SRW League, and the drivers always make it interesting. So yeah, you'll see. First race, I was up there and a couple of laps to go, and got sandwiched in that big pile up from 8th to 13th. That ended that one, and then the second race it didn't go too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I believe this is your second full season in GR86s. How do you believe you've been developing your skills this season?
Look, it takes a little bit to understand all the cars, and this is probably one of the easier ones to get in and drive initially, but it still takes a lot of practice to get fast, like you'll see the Jamie Christiansens and the Dylans and the Sams of the world do. So I have been developing, and it's a fun car to drive, but I still think I've got a long way to go.
Yeah, hopefully you have a good race for your final feature for the year, and I'm looking forward to what you can do tonight. I'll let you have a bit of practice, mate.
Thank you. Cheers, Sheafy.
Cheers for that, Ryan.
See you, mate.
It was a little bit too early there, but that was Ryan Price there. Cullen, are you here, mate?
I am, yeah. Bit of bad luck.
Bit of a unlucky night tonight so far, but you never know. The third race might go your way.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. It was a bit unfortunate that first race. Cameron Edwards coming up the inside on the grass was a bit dodgy, but it happens. It's racing, so and then had bad luck in the second race there as well. Got turned around, but wrong place at the wrong time. But yeah, like you said, there's still a third race. We'll see how we go. I'm not sure where the points are at the moment. I think Mark Cochran's going to snatch it now, but yeah.
Yeah, you never know what happens. There's always still one more race to go, but you've definitely done a phenomenal job fighting for a top 3 position for the AMs at the moment. You definitely got to rejoin us for next season.
Yeah, I'll be back, guys. I enjoyed this series. It's good fun, good tight racing. So yeah, I'll be back.
No, that's good, and obviously I'm looking forward to seeing you back out there on track, but you got to bring a couple more teammates along with you next season.
Oh, we'll see how we go with the crisscross boys, see if any of the other boys want to jump back in. It'd be good to get Jake back in here as well. He did most of the season, but it's good to have Matty on board now, new driver, so he's quick and up and coming, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the progress that you put into him over the last couple of weeks alone. He's been getting a lot more quicker, and he's currently still maintaining P1 in the rookies, so I'm looking forward to see what he can do in heat number 3, but good luck for tonight, and look forward to what you can do in heat number 3.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
So that was Colin Hoskinson that just joined in, and we've got a third man, which is Dougie Grandpa Gowage, or what a few people like to call him, Guns Out Gowage. How's it going?
Hey, got no guns out here, buddy. I might on a farm, but all I got is slingshots.
No, I've seen that you were in a really good battle in heat number 1, battling
Yes.
for the lead. He's a very hard man to overtake, I see. What's your thoughts on him?
Oh yeah. I mean, Jamie's a fantastic driver, and him and Daniel were having a great race. I think the trouble was that I was running 15 rear wing, they're running 10, so I just couldn't keep up with them on the straights, even if I was in the draft. So that made it hard. I'd close up and around the corners, but yeah, I mean, I had to rely on something going wrong to advance a position, and unfortunately, Daniel was on the receiving end of an incident and dropped him back through the field a bit.
Yeah, I definitely know that this is your first full season, or just a season in general for the G86s. I know that you're previous TCR champions as well. It definitely was SRW. What's your thoughts between the two? Are you enjoying this more than the TCRs, or?
Oh, the 86s. It's such a slow car to overtake another car coming out of a corner. The power's just not there. If you get your line right and you've got a bit of a straight ahead of you, you can definitely get that overcut on them and get into the next corner. But yeah, once again, it's a completely different car compared to the TCRs. TCRs are 4-cylinder, front-wheel drive. This is just a heavy thing. It steers like a boat. But yeah, it's good fun. I enjoy it.
No, definitely good to see you out there this season. I've definitely known that it's a challenging season as well. You had your ups and downs, and
Oh yeah. That's just trying to battle hard, and these things are going to happen. I think unfortunately I've been on the receiving end more than what I've given, but that's the way it goes. It just ebbs and flows. Nothing's ever intentional on either driver's part. That's just part of racing, especially in these type of cars. You've got to rub the doors to try and get past. It's tough, it's tight. The cars just don't go flying past another, so it's really good fun and quite intense when you're in those battles. Unfortunately, I had that netcode incident again with driver 808, old Daniel Byrne. He does some great content. Go check him out on YouTube. It's a car that it's just like a tortoise, but the racing's awesome.
no, definitely good that you've been enjoying it this season. I know that you weren't really convinced doing it when I tried to put you on board.
Yeah, just like you're trying to get me onto the dirt tracks, mate. It's a hard task. I tried it when the 86 first came out, and all I kept doing was just tipping on its side and on its roof. But iRacing fixed that, and the racing's really fun. I'll definitely be back in the 86 next season.
No, that's definitely good to see, and I'm looking forward to see what you can do for the final race tonight. But good luck with everything, and yeah, looking forward to what you can do next year, shall I say?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. And just quickly, just from the Velocity drivers and the team, we just want to say thank you very much to SRW and everyone else involved, and all the sponsors, and for putting this season together. Really appreciate it, and you guys as well.
Cheers for that, and good luck for the final race of the year. That was Dougie, Grandpa Gowans, or other known as Guns Out Gowan, out there in the box, and perfect timing because the 10 minutes in the warm-up is now up and over. Now we are heading into the feature race. So it was a top 5 invert tonight in heat number 2, which means that Dylan De Bono, who finished in P5, now gets to start in the front row, followed by Ty Delaney. So he's sneaky P4 in heat number 2, and he gets to start in the front row alongside Dylan De Bono. Then we've got Sam Katakazunas in P3, followed by Daniel Byrne, and the winner of heat number 1 and 2 in P5 of Jamie Christensen. Mark Turner starting on the outside with Cameron Everidge and John McHenry. We've got Tim Corn and Andrew Lydon rounding out the top 10 with Cody Metcalf and Mark Cochran. We've got David Gallo in P13 and Ryan Price in 14th. Behind him is Greg Johnston and Dan Bertuz. We've got Vic Ben Velden in P17. Alongside him it is Matthew Gerard. In P19 and 20 is the rookies of Philip Buckland and Shane Newens. Steven Sinkovich is in P21, followed by his fellow rookie driver Matthew Philly Taylor. Doug Gowan starting in P23 alongside Peter Wilkinson. Brandon Schaefer in P25 and Curtis Jackson along the outside of him. Following them, it is Ryan Everidge and Callum Hodkinson. David Simmons and Cameron Hardwick is rounding out the field with Tyson, our race director. Thank you very much for joining us this season, and looking forward to see what these boys can do in heat number 3. But
mate, it's not even heat 3. It's not even heat 3, mate. This is the championship race. This is where it ends all for 2023 here on SRW TV for the Shannons Insurance GR86 Nationals, mate. This is when our champions for Pro-Am and Rookie are crowned, and our drivers go into the holidays after one phenomenal season, awaiting SRW's next release of seasons and what we might have to bring for our drivers next year. All these drivers are going to deserve that well-earned rest as we see our final grid of 31 cars. They have not disappointed this season. All these drivers out here deserve a well-earned, huge round of applause as we get ready to get set, go racing one last time for these drivers here in the GR86s, mate. And it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And then we get to chat to our champions in 20 minutes time here in the comms box with us.
I'm definitely looking forward to that, but they still got 20 minutes of racing to go, so there's still positions up to play for certain drivers out there, but I definitely know for sure that Jamie Christensen will be one happy man joining us later. But it's still, the battle's on for the rookies. I definitely know that is way open, the doors we see. The red lights are coming out. All 5 of them are lit up. The cars are revving and the green light is gone. The 2 drivers, we see the Kittens, the Cybers, and squeezing up into P2 from the get-go. Brilliant start, but Jamie Christensen had an awesome start as well, making it 3 wide into turn 1. He has the inside line here, Dylan De Bono's still in the lead. Got to be very careful with Jamie Christensen on the inside and Sam Katakazunas on the out. Keeping the battles on nice and neat with Ty Delaney as well, just trying to make a move on the Kittens racing, but brilliant start from the boys up front. They're keeping it nice and clean, and you see, Christensen and Katakazunas, a bit of bump and rub in there. But it looks like Christensen had a really good run on the outside, and also Daniel Byrne on the inside, so he put himself back into P3 here, but awesome battle so far in the first lap.
It sure is, mate, as we watch these great-looking cars come screaming through the corners one last time for 2023. So many close battles, so many points to be had here in the last race as we see Edwards trying to get up the inside of McHenry. McHenry definitely not wanting to lose out on any positions here in the final race tonight. John McHenry now on the back of Tim Corn as well. David Gallo starting to get a move done on Edwards. This will be non-stop battles as we head on here into the final 20 minutes.
Such an awesome race at the moment. Dylan DeBono had Jamie Christensen on the outside here. Now Christensen having the inside. He's got to be really careful not to get the sand, and he didn't. So DeBono allowing Christensen to take the lead, but look at the train following there. They know that the draft is going to be very handy coming to turn one. They want to be as close as possible to the car ahead to make a move. But yeah, Dylan DeBono, he's going to make or break this. He's going to try and get back in front of Christensen coming to turn one, or you've got to be very careful with the kid behind him. As you see, he's on the outside here. Christensen defending the inside. He wants the inside into turn number one. A very interesting move here, but that allows the draft as well for Daniel Burton on the outside here coming to turn one. The Bono keeping it nice and clean, snuck back on the inside, and oh no, that's Mark Turner spinning on the exit of turn one there. But the battle's still on for the top three here, with Byrne just approaching Dylan DeBono a bit more. Had more of the inside line there compared to DeBono, and off they go. You see DeBono's not 100% confident on cold tyres going around that at full speed, but still putting a lot of pressure on Jamie Christensen.
There's actually been a lot of off tracks in the backfield. We see Metcalf has gone off, Gerard's gone off as well, and Mark Turner. So a few quick incidents in the back, but the racing will continue as we jump back on board with Cam Edwards, who has not left the back of McHenry right now. And I tell you what, McHenry's going to want to try and get right on the back of his teammate Tim Corn and help him get pulled along. Ty Delaney still holding a great spot just in front of them in P5. So, oh wait, I thought DeBono was off track. It was just my timing tower. I freaked out and thought, what has happened? Nothing has happened apart from DeBono is going to try and stay stuck to as close as he can to Christensen throughout this final 17 minutes and counting. It's going to feel like a lifetime, these final 20 minutes, I do believe.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure on Christensen. He normally has an opportunity for some day drive, but tonight's not the night. As you see Cam Everett behind John McHenry fighting for P7. McHenry does get the draft off his teammate Tim Corn right ahead as well, so that allows him to maintain speed and maintain position and keeping the inside line coming to turn one. Cam Everett just trying to make a move here on McHenry, but unfortunately too much speed from the draft from his teammate ahead, so P8 and P7 still maintained.
Edwards got a great run out of that corner. Really closed that back of McHenry though, so it'll be interesting to see how they come through. As you can see, Tim Corn trying to attack Ty Delaney through there, but look at the run Edwards had. Still stuck to the back of McHenry. Is he going to be able to make a move in the next coming corners?
It was a really good line he took on the bend there in turn 4 and opened the door up for him to make a move here, but he's got to do the right thing to make sure he put McHenry under a lot of pressure in the braking zone. Be interesting to see if he goes for the inside move here. He's decided to follow him through, so it looks like he's just trying to work on McHenry to see if he make a mistake, but that has not happened at all. So maybe just trying to use the draft and utilise that into turn 1 might be the biggest opportunity for him to gain another position. We've got to be really careful though, because David Gallo's on the very back of that. As you see, Jamie Christensen side by side with Daniel Byrne for the lead. Daniel Byrne showing some real pace tonight. He's definitely saw that in heat number 1, and now because he's back in the front of the pack for heat number 3, he's definitely trying to make an upset here and finish off on a high in the 86s.
Mate, I'm telling you what, I think if Daniel Byrne comes back to these 86s next season, mate, oh my gosh, the guys up the front, we're going to see an added extra. We're going to have the likes of Byrne up there as well, battling it out with Christensen, DeBono, Katakazuna. So, It is going to be an interesting season 1 of 2024, that's for sure. Moving further back, David Gallo now trying to attack the back of Edwards. Edwards putting the car in a really nice spot, and we've just seen Curtis Jackson get around Cochrane as well. And Hodgkinson wanting to get the nose in there as well as Peter Wilkinson. A few guys we haven't seen much of tonight starting to battle it out here for the final top 10 spots.
Yeah, you see one driver falling down the leaderboard. That is John McHenry. I saw him hit the grass, sand Salazar in the last corner and lost it and hit the wall, so that made him lose a lot of positions there, but that allowed all these other drivers one more free positions. I've just put the replay out here. See, just all by himself here. He's just got a little bit too much on the curve, goes out, hits the sand, and off he goes, losing control. And
oh,
massive
that is
there.
Big, and it's cleaned up. Andrew Lydon in the mix as well. Lucky they're both off the racing line. That is one of the fastest corners on the track out here.
Yeah, I did not see Andrew Lydon getting collected there. That's very unfortunate for him, but luckily that they didn't collect anyone else out there on track. We see Dan Batu's out there in a safety crash car. He's battling out for top 10 position. Does got Curtis Jackson ahead of him. Gonna try and make a move here on the inside. He does that really well, brilliant speed, but maybe overcooked it a little bit too much, which allowed Curtis Jackson to get a real good extra speed and to fight now for another position for the second last corner here. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does. Curtis Jackson decided to back out. He knows the draft is going to be very handy heading into turn 1.
So we've got to get back up the front because there is a three-way battle for P2. Katakazunas on the back of Daniel Byrne. De Bono trying to go up the inside of Byrne. Will get the move done. Katakazunas trying to make a meal out of this as well. He's going to have to pull in. Couldn't get the run he wanted. Drops back into the slipstream. You can see that Kitten's car, the rear end of it really starting to squirm around. Maybe trying to push it to keep up with the pace of Christensen. But De Bono getting 2 quick, easy moves done to get himself back up into that P2 position after falling through the field off the start.
Yeah, it definitely shows how crucial it is in the 86s. If you can get a real good start, you can jump a lot of positions. So I see Callum Hodgkinson jumping up to P10, up 18 positions. We did talk to him at the half-time break, and he's battling out with Dan Batu for the final top 10 position off the season, shall I say, and trying to stick with Curtis Jackson as well. Curtis Jackson is the leader in the AMS at the moment, and he wants to make sure that he finishes ahead of him no matter what the cost is. So awesome battle here because these 3 drivers have been battling week in, week out, and good to see. Well, just not all of them there. You've got Dan Patouche, Mark Cochrane and Peter Wilkinson. So the battle for the AMS for the final race is hot and on at the moment, but it is Ty Delaney out there in P5 in the AMS.
Jump on board with Wario. I love his Wario image he's got on his helmet there. Mr. Guns Out, Grandpa Gowans trailing the back of Peter Wilkinson here. Definitely got a good run, holding some great pace as well. Would love to see himself get another spot as he goes down the inside. Can he keep it tucked in nice and clean through this huge sweeping right-hander? Gets a great run through there. Wilkinson is going to have to tuck in behind him as we see Hodgkinson again fighting out for one more spot, up 19th spots. Gets the move tucked in on Jackson. Will break to pull Jackson up. Great defending there once he got the move done as well to stop Jackson from trying to take that position away from him. Oh, has there been a touch? Hodgkinson is... Oh, come on, Hodgkinson, get going. Not 3 races in a row, mate.
He's done a really good job there to keep the car under control. He could easily flip that the other way, but only to lose 1 position. That was to Doug Gowan, so good on him there for keeping the car under control. But now Guns Out Gowan battling out with Dan Patouche for P number 9. He's made that effort very quick and easy there, but the battle's on. I just seen a change of lead as well, with Dylan De Bono taking the lead away from Jamie Christensen, and now Christensen just took the lead back out there. So the battle's on everywhere, no matter where you look. The lead here with Byrne and Katakazunas, followed by De Bono and Christensen, is very hot at the moment. You see, DeBono does have the inside line here. Christensen decided to break it later. DeBono gets ahead, but Christensen does got the inside line and still maintains P number 1. With Daniel Byrne and Sam Catakazunas just trying to put them under a lot of pressure as well. See, DeBono had the inside line coming to the second last corner. Does take the lead, but it is the draft that has the advantage, and it looks like Dylan DeBono might do the smart job and get the Kittens ahead with the draft, which he does now, but unfortunately Christensen is too far ahead of the Kittens. So these drivers here coming side by side. DeBono had the inside line, a little bit of contact but clean enough, and Sam Catakazunas now putting in a lot of pressure with these boys. The 2x2 here now, the Kittens. Oh,
take a breath, Sheafy. Take a breath, mate. Let the racing speak for itself. We are in a heated battle here. Daniel Byrne, Dylan DeBono, and Sam Catakazunas. These three have let Christensen get away from them, though. But Sheafy, just take a step back, mate, and let's jump on the nose of Catakazunas as he tries to fight his way up, because Catakazunas is still in the running for a championship podium finish here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely correct in that. It's just putting the Kittens under a lot of pressure, and the Kittens putting the Velocity driver under a lot of pressure, and the Velocity driver trying to put the Familiar under a lot of pressure. We see Sam Catakazunas going on the inside of Daniel Byrne and almost made that move stick, but unfortunately Daniel Byrne does go inside in the next corner and made that work really well for him. So the battles from left, right and centre here, the drivers are trying their best to make an overtake, not on the main straight here, but here we are once again. DeBono behind Christensen, putting him under a lot of pressure with Byrne trying to defend for P3 with all his might.
Oh, there was a bit of contact between Byrne and Catakazunas. They managed to hold it, but I think as Catakazunas tried to get himself straightened back up, he has unfortunately spun and he has dropped down into P8. I wonder how many points that is going to cause. 7 minutes left to go. Catakazunas now getting overtaken by Doug because of that drop. But up the front, Dylan DeBono and Christensen are still battling this out for that P1 position.
Yeah, that allows the likes of Delaney and Corn and Evans to catch up to the crew ahead, but here you go, Dylan DeBono and Jamie Christensen, these two here, top 3 in the championship. They've been battling all week in, week out, and yeah, it's amazing to see what these two drivers can do. I'm intrigued to see if Dylan DeBono can beat Christensen in the final race of the year.
100%. We've seen Christensen make light work of a lot of these races, but mate, Dylan DeBono really starting to show his pace in the 86 series. Again, another driver that hasn't got to race every single race, so I suppose the top position could be completely different as DeBono got himself into that championship podium finish without even being here for the whole season.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's gone for the inside move onto Christensen. Considering that these two are battling out, they're actually putting a little bit more gap on Daniel Byrne in P3, but yeah, Dylan DeBono just trying to get ahead of Jamie, but Jamie said, nope, I'm going to be here. I'll put the sticky glue on our cars and I'm not letting you go anywhere further away than P1. But here we go, just Christensen, brilliant line there, just staying ahead of DeBono. Now DeBono's got to use the draft all over again to try and make a move into turn 1, as we see Daniel Byrne doing an awesome job tonight. Brilliant racing, up 1 position, but P3 currently in tonight's final race. But one driver I do got to say, well done at the moment, Ty Delaney up P4. He's done a phenomenal effort at the moment. Geordie finished the top 10 in the previous heat, and now he's trying to go once again. He's got a lot of pressure today with Tim Corn on the inside here, trying to make a move, and he made it stuck really well. So unfortunately Ty lost 1 position down to P5.
Oh no, and Cameron Edwards is around down into turn 1. That might have been a self-spin as we move a little bit further back. We've got Hodgkinson, Ryan Price and Mark Cochran all in a heated battle here as well.
And absolutely phenomenal. As we see that Matthew Taylor is ahead of Ryan Edwards currently in the championship and currently in this race as well. So depending on what the other rookie drivers could do, if they could gain enough points to try and catch up in the championship, but the battle is still on. We've still got 4 minutes to go.
Did you say 4 minutes to go?
Yeah, 4 minutes to go.
Absolutely nothing in it, mate. And we are going to find out who our champions are for 2024 here in our Shannons Insurance Toyota GR86 Nationals. Huge shout out to, of course, Shannons Insurance for coming on board for not only the GR86, but also we see Hodgkinson getting a move done there. Also for the Toyota GR86 Nationals as well. Battles are starting to heat up. Seeing a bit of bumping and running here between teammates, getting it crossed up a little bit there. Curtis Jackson also making some moves further back. Dylan DeBono now out in front of Jamie Christensen. Christensen must have made a small mistake. Where was that move made? Let's get a quick action replay here.
Oh,
Did Christensen get a slow down? Why would Christensen pull out away off the racing line and then drop back in behind DeBono?
I think he's trying to time the draft on the very last lap to back and overtake and stay in front. He knows that if he can get ahead on the final lap, he can win this race. But DeBono here on the outside of turn 4 done a phenomenal job there and maintained the lead. But that also allowed Daniel Byrne back into the battle now. It just quietly snuck up, and he's also got the quickest lap of the race with 150.366, so done a phenomenal job. Now Jamie Christensen's under a lot of pressure with the Kittens racing right behind him.
Yeah, the Kittens team have got to be stoked with how Daniel Byrne, driver 808, has put on a great performance here for the first season in the 86s. I believe it's one of the first leagues and series he's ever raced in the 86s. Big open wheeler driver, that is his forte. So to see his progress throughout this season is fantastic. And if we actually have a look a little bit further back in P6, another Kittens car of David Gallo is also putting on a great show here for our final race.
Yeah, pretty phenomenal. They've got Doug Gowans up 15 position in P8, and then following him as well, Callum Hodgkinson up 16 position in P12. So a few drivers gaining a lot of positions. Unfortunately had a little bit of bad luck in heat number 2, but good to see them recover in the next race and have a little bit of good omen.
Unfortunately, John McHenry hasn't had the best race he would have liked this evening, sitting right back down in P26. Lap down already, so it'll be interesting to see where he finishes tonight, but I tell you what, he has had a great season. Will get himself a top 10 finish, so nothing to be shy at. It'd be great to see those locked on lad car back here next season as well. We are now white flag. Barney is doing his job this evening. He did not go and get a beer and meat pie. He did not want to miss the final lap here tonight to see who will be crowned your champions as Dylan DeBono leads us into the final lap.
Right, the battle was on. Got 3 cars very close to each other. You got Daniel Byrne trying to make an upset here and try and take a victory over these 2 very skillful drivers in the 86s. But it is currently doing DeBono in the Velocity Sim Lab, leading ahead of the Familiar Motorsport of Jamie Christensen and the Kittens Racing of Daniel Byrne. I love how the top 5 actually is all different teams and drivers as well. So it's phenomenal to see that they can just compete with each other left, right and centre. As you see, Christensen trying to make a move on DeBono, but just couldn't make a stick, and DeBono had a little bit of a squiggle there, so that allowed Christensen to make a move here into the next corner. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to pull the inside. See if he gets enough speed. He's side by side coming to the last section now. It is doing DeBono on the inside. He got brilliant run there, DeBono, so he maintains ahead of Christensen. But that still allows Daniel Byrne to make a little bit of a surprise packet here, try to see if he gets a victory. Second last corner, now coming to the last corner. We know the draft is very handy here, but will the straight be long enough for Jamie Christensen to make a move here as he goes onto the, oh no, there's massive contact, and that is causes upset. Daniel Byrne wins heat number 3 in the final feature of the year. That is very unfortunate for the other 2 leaders there. They lost a lot of positions, but that put Tim Corn in P2 and Ty Delaney, the young gun, in P3. Congratulations for him for his first podium in the 86s. He's done an awesome job and well deserved.
Mate, is that going to throw a spanner in the works now to see where the points are? I don't think it will, because Katakazuna still finishes in behind De Bono and Christensen for the pros. So this is going to be really interesting. Man, they were side by side through the final three turns here, final 1 turn. So what has actually happened as we jump over the top? We jump over onto the helicam just to see if we can get a closer look. Oh, a bit of a sway, a bit of a move. They have caught each other. Leave that up to race control, but that is an unfortunate way to finish, as I know both Christensen and De Bono enjoy racing against each other and are good mates in real life, so not a way they want to finish that race. But congratulations to Byrne, Corn and Delaney. We are going to be waiting with our fingers and toes crossed, waiting for those final points to be updated and come through so we can tell you how our champions are tonight. I do believe Christensen has done enough this season to take out the win in Heat 2 tonight. But we will find out once the points are all confirmed.
Oh, what a spectacular finish there. Who would have thought that Daniel Byrne snuck in ahead of both De Bono and Christensen on the last corner, on the last straight, shall I say. Tim Corn finishing in P2 and Ty Delaney in P3. David Gallo finishing in P4 ahead of Dylan De Bono. Then we have Jamie Christensen in P6 with Cameron Edwards. Doug Gowans and Sam Katakazunas, followed by Dan Batuz. They round out the top 10. Following that, it is Mark Cochran in P11 and Alan Hodgkinson. Cody Metcalf is alongside Ryan Price with Peter Wilkinson and Matty Gerard. Cameron Harvick and Curtis Jackson is followed by Greg Johnston and Vic Ben Velden, rounding out the top 20. We had Steven Sinkovich in P21, followed by him is Matthew Feely-Taylor. Dane Nowens in P23 with Andrew Lyden in P24. David Simmons in 25th with John McHenry in 26th, followed by Rainer Everett and Philip Buckland, and rounding out the field for the last feature was Mark Turner. I do want to say thank you very much for the boys and girls as well for joining us during the seasons. It's awesome to see 30 cars week in, week out battling. It didn't matter if they were out the championship battle or not, but yeah, they put on a spectacular show and well deserved for all those drivers out there.
100%, mate. Sim Racing World, the league itself, and all the drivers out there are really starting to become the premier leagues here in Australia and New Zealand. And the racing throughout all the series, I think, is absolutely proven that here for Season 4 of 2023. We are patiently awaiting the points update so we can officially announce who our champions are.
I got confirmation. So it is Jamie Christensen taking out the victory overall in the championship, followed by Sam Katakazunas in P2 and Dylan De Bono in P3. So we also have, oh man, the battle for the amps. The champion is Curtis Jackson, beating Mark Cochran by 1 point in the very last race there. And then we have for the rookies, it is Matthew Feely-Taylor taking up the championship by 26 points ahead of Ryan Everett and Ryan Price in P3. So congratulations for all those boys there. We will definitely try and drag the champions.
If we can get all 9 drivers, I'd be happy to talk to all of them tonight here for the championship round.
Okay,
so if you want to type that into our Mr. Race Steward, I've already done our pros. Let's get them all in here. Let's talk to all our AMs and all our rookies who have finished on the championship podium here tonight. This is the championship round, mate. Let's talk to our drivers. That's what we're here for. We're here to watch them out there on the track. So while we have the opportunity to end 2023 on an awesome race here tonight at Zandfort, we will get our podium interview started with our rookies here tonight as well. Try and keep it as quick as we can for all you watching at home, and of course our pro podium. But what a race here this evening. There is a poll up, of course. Have you enjoyed the GR86 series? The answers are only yes or heck yes. I know I voted for heck yes, because what a series it has been. So many stories to be told over 9 races.
Oh, that's absolutely phenomenal. I'll go and see if I can grab a couple of drivers in. Be
I'm going
back.
to start with our rookies, mate, if they end up in here. Otherwise, we'll just move on to anybody we get. While Sheafy goes off to see if he can grab some of these drivers, I just want to say a huge thanks to everybody for coming along for this ride here for your Shannons GR86 Toyota Nationals, or the other way around, whichever way you want to say it. Huge shout out to, of course, Shannons Insurance, and of course Warren and Brown Tools. Massive shout out to Sim Rigs, to John and the team over there for allowing us to give away that amazing rig that will be announced on Sunday night. Of course, temptingsweets.com.au, Grim Industries, promo department, Rare Spares, and of course all our drivers out on track.
Very phenomenal. We can. Who we got? We've got first and third for the rookies in here.
Where's second?
Second, yeah, trying to get them now.
Well, we've got third, mate. So we may as well start with our P3 and get them on down here and get through this as quick as we can. Have a quick chat with them. So P3 is Mr. Ryan Price, is it?
Yes, it is Mr. Ryan Price and P3. As well. Hello, Pricey. How's it going, mate?
Sheafy, yeah, ShiBBy and Sheafy.
It's a tongue twister, mate.
How are you?
Mate, I'm good. I've got to say that you'll be very ecstatic finishing P3 in the championship. Congratulations. How was that for you tonight and this season overall?
I honestly think that was probably the most fun I've had all season. It was one of them races where it had a bit of everything, but also got you sweating. Like literally, I had to put the air conditioner on just to see through the 20 minutes of action. To be honest, so yeah, no, it was a red hot crack. It was fantastic.
It was so awesome to see you guys out there tonight battling out. But obviously, were you expecting to finish top 3 in the rookies after tonight's hectic race, or were you just very confident with what you can do?
Look, I'm still not 100% confident, but the more you race these simulators, the more confident you get. So I think as the night went on, I started to, I guess, dial in where I could push different drivers. And in that last race, I was holding on the back of Callum, and I think he was fighting with Mark Cochran in the championship. So they were both neck and neck, and I was right behind him holding me line. So, no, I was pretty impressed, to be honest. Not to talk it up, but...
It was a phenomenal effort tonight, and not just only tonight, but this season overall. But we do got to go through a lot of people. So, who do you want to thank for this season, and also for tonight?
So, boys, honestly, I don't have any sponsors. I'm new to this sim stuff, but I want to thank you two. Obviously, you guys for putting on the broadcast each week. It's probably not an easy job. Some of the names you have to pronounce, so I can't even pronounce you both. The 40 other drivers. So, look, big thank you to you both for obviously putting the broadcast on every Thursday night. The SRW team, Steve, Sinker, Dino and Brad, obviously for running such a fantastic league. And then a shout out to all the other drivers. I think they should, sort of have a pat on the back regardless of where they finished. I think everyone from who I've spoken with have had a fantastic sort of crack at it. So yeah, no, that's my sponsors, is everyone that I get to race against. They're the accolades. So no, thank you boys. Appreciate all your help and support, and see you back next year.
I was just about to ask, and one last question before we kick you out of here, mate. Are we seeing a return of Mr. Ryan Price next year?
100%. I might even do another series as well, a different car type. Who knows?
Well, mate, the seasons are pretty much locked in from our end and the back end of admin. So get ready, everybody, for season 1 of 2024's release, and get ready to get your names down for registration. Great season, Ryan, and we will talk to you again probably over the holiday breaks for some fun nights here in SRWA.
Cheers, legends. Appreciate it, and have a good Christmas all.
That was Ryan Price in P3 for the rookies. So we are going to bring in second place, Ryan Everidge. Congratulations on P2 tonight. I know you're very unfortunate, but you still got to be very stoked finishing on the podium.
Very happy with the podium finish. We just turn up to have a bit of fun and see how things go and run the challenge of running everyone else. But very happy with the P2. It's really good.
Yeah, you definitely took the championship battle like week in, week out. You definitely looked like you got to squeeze past Maddie, but unfortunately just very unlucky tonight. But how was your progress during the season? Could you feel yourself getting quicker week in, week out?
Yeah, absolutely. It you set yourself the challenge. You like I say, you rock up just to have a good time and race against a clean bunch of blokes but there's that little thing in the back of your head going, oh, I've got to go harder, I've got to do better and try and lift your game a bit. And yeah, just through the season, I could see things were getting better. But it's very much like the real racing. You have your good weeks, and then other weeks, Lady Luck just pulls the carpet out from underneath your feet, and you just got to take what you get. Yeah.
No, it's phenomenal seeing you. Obviously, I can see your progress week in, week out, and you've got to be very stoked with it. Definitely want to know, are you looking forward to joining back next year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be signing up the moment the registration opens, and jumping back in and running against all these guys. It'll be great.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. But obviously, who would you like to thank for obviously your support for this season?
My biggest support would have to be my wife, who puts up with me in the lounge room while she's trying to watch TV, and I'm talking on the mic and carrying on. But so to the love of my life, Fiona, and to my son Cameron, who said, "Come on, mate, get involved in all of this" a couple of years ago. So it's really cool.
Congratulations. You'll be very stoked for P2, and I'm definitely looking forward to see what you can show us next season.
Lovely. Can't look forward to it. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much for your job.
Thank you very much. That was Ryan Everidge, P2 in the rookie class. Congratulations for him. Now we are going to bring in the winner of the rookies, which is Matt Feely-Taylor. Congratulations, Matty.
Thanks, mate.
Phenomenal season. You obviously had to play a little bit of catch up. You did join in a little bit late, but to hold on to P1 after tonight, you should be very proud of that.
Oh yeah, it was a good race. I didn't do too well, but it was still a good race with everyone. And I'm glad it was a good series to join in late. And yeah.
It's very phenomenal to see you week in, week out. I've seen the massive progress in the last 4 weeks alone. Obviously, you got to join a team with experienced drivers, and they definitely help you progress a lot. But
Yes.
how was your thoughts in the GR86s for the first time?
Oh, it's a good car to race. It's always close racing, you know. And yeah, it's always side by side.
Definitely good, and I was absolutely enjoying when you were doing really well, battling with not only the AM drivers but the pro drivers as well from time to time. You're definitely looking forward to the promotion for next season?
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. You know, I've got to put a few more hours in, but I'm keen for it.
Definitely awesome that, and also one more thing before we go to the end, but were you looking to other racing or just stick with the G86s?
I'll stick with the G86s again. It's a good series, or maybe the GT3s, but we see how we go.
And obviously, the last thing we want to do is, who would you like to thank for this season and for tonight's race?
I thank everyone from Crisscross Racing and all the sponsors, such Scenery, Palms Bakery, DSM Painting Contractors, Jennifer Russell Real Estate, Doom Designs, Paul Master Bayside. And all you guys at SRW, you guys have made this easy to come and join.
Now, I've got to say thanks very much for the season, Matt. I'm definitely looking forward to see your progress over the summer and hopefully battle out with the AMs week in, week out next season. But good luck with everything and looking forward to the future.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
Cheers for that. So that was Matty Billy Taylor, who was the champion for the rookies for season number 4 in the G86s. ShiBBy, would you like to introduce, if I get the name correctly, Callum Hodgkinson for the AMs? Or just me. Callum, congratulations.
Yeah, I've got to get I had to get SDK set up.
So, mate.
Cal, mate, Cal.
How are we, guys?
Good, mate. Even though after a not the best final round, mate, you still managed to lock yourself in that amateur podium, mate, and get yourself on that championship podium in P3. You got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, end of the day, it's a good result, but it was a bit disappointing tonight. I had the chance to get a win, but that's all right. It's racing, so it was good fun battles. It's a shame with a couple of incidences that happened, but again, that's racing. So,
Mate, there was some solid racing out there tonight. I think the grid's really shown the premise of what the 86 series can be, mate. How's your overall feeling about how this whole season went?
yeah, good. Like I always say, the racing in 86s is really good. It's always nice and tight, and I think having the category split up into the pro, AMs, and rookies is good for everyone. So, yeah, the racing's been pretty good. There's been a few ups and downs. The racing's been a bit interesting at times, but all in all, it's yeah, I really enjoy this series. I think it's great. So I'll be back next year.
I was just about to ask that as well, mate. It'd be great to see you back, Cal. It's good to see more of the crisscross team starting to flow on over back into SRW to maybe, start cutting their teeth in a larger league race with definitely a lot higher numbers than we've seen in the past, mate, with 30 plus cars turning up to the track week in, week out. So such a good show of cars, mate. Thank you so much for you joining us this season, and I think you're well deserving of that P3 spot in the amateur championship, mate. So well done.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, and shout out to Matty for winning the rookies. He did well.
Yeah, he did, yeah. A couple of crisscrosses up there, mate. So, yeah, solid work from the whole team, mate. And you guys get a second chance to shout out all the sponsors and people that keep you out here on track.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, well, first shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast and SRW for doing the league. It's much appreciated. Sponsors, thanks to Shannons Scenery, Palms Bakery, DSM Painting Contractors, Jennifer Russell Real Estate, Doom Designs, and Paul Master Bayside. Thanks to all those guys. It's been a good season. Thanks.
Awesome, mate. Well, hopefully we'll get some fun races up during the holidays, mate. And we can drag everybody in for a bit of a get-together. But if we don't get to see you, mate, have a great Christmas. Enjoy the rest of racing until the new year, mate. And keep an eye out for our Season 1 of 2024 release.
Thanks, guys. I look forward to it.
So we have dragged in, if you finished P2, unfortunately fell short by 1 point in the championship. Mark Cochran, you finished 10th overall in the series, but just 1 point behind the leader, but you got to be very proud with this season, mate.
Oh, look, I'm stoked with the result for this season. P2, I was after seeing the 1 point, I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have spun in the second race. But no, overall, I'm really proud of the result, and it's been really fun racing in the league this season.
You definitely showed that you can fight with the big boys from race to race. When you get on your terms, you can be very quick. Obviously tonight was another race as well, a little bit ups and downs, but still finished P11 overall in the feature race. But how was your season, mate? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I'm fairly happy with the result for the season. I wish I could do a bit more practice for the races, but life gets in the way in terms of getting practice done. But overall, I'm really happy. 10 out of 10 for me for this season. I'm really proud. I didn't expect a P2, so this result's just a cherry on top of the cake.
Done the Apex Esports team extremely proud, mate. We know there was a fair few more of you through the start of the season. I know a few instances sort of turned off a couple of the drivers, mate, but it's great to see you and a couple other teammates sticking around, buddy. And look, honestly, we'd love to see more of you come back next year, and of course start getting you guys involved with more of some of the other series, mate. So yourself, are you going to come back next year and have another race here with SRW?
Look, at the moment that's the plan. I already have a fairly full schedule of league races throughout the week, as my team could attest to, but I hope to get neither the 86 series again or the F3s for next season.
Fantastic, mate. So, well, it's great to see more teams coming along, and you guys as Apex Esports. I think, was this the first full season you guys have run here with SRW?
Yeah, I think it's the first full season that at least one of us has completed every race this season. Last year I did the 86s here and there when I could.
Yep.
But yeah, Phil and I have completed the whole season this time around.
Yeah, well done, mate. You've done yourself and your team proud, taking that amateur championship, getting yourself that P2 podium overall, mate. Congratulations from all of us. And now it's your turn to shout out everybody who keeps you out here on track.
No worries, thank you. A big shout out to our sponsors, Pagni Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Dubby Energy Drinks, Fanatec, and Stump Grinding, Central Coast and Tree Services for supporting the team throughout the season, and a big thank you to the team who've just been ongoing support throughout the season, whether it be on the Discord or just when we catch up for some fun races.
Definitely can't do without the team, mate. And definitely, again, thank you so much for coming along. Not just you, but your whole team and having a race with us here on SRW, mate. Congratulations again. Go and celebrate with your team or go and sleep, whatever you feel like doing, mate. And we honestly look forward to seeing you and your team back out here again next year.
Thanks, ShiBBy and Sheaf, and well done to you too as well on the commentary.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers for that. So that was Mark Cochran in P2 in the AMs, and here we are, the lucky winner of the AM, sneaking in by 1 point, Curtis Jackson. Congratulations, mate. How do you feel after that?
I'm very excited. My first full season of SRW, and wasn't expecting to get this high up in the season.
Well,
No,
mate,
you did a phenomenal job, mate.
You did a great job, and you could be moving up to those pros next year. How are you feeling about that?
I'm scared.
Feel like you're going to have to get some more practice in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Well, mate, I tell you what, you guys could be in for an awesome surprise with the track selections for next year, mate. I tell you what, you've done Maverick Sim Blacks an absolute phenomenal job, and the whole team should be proud of the way you progressed throughout this season, mate, and locked in that amateur championship. Well, you got a highlight of this series?
I don't know. Every race is pretty good to me. I mean, tonight was a bit of a different one for me. I didn't perform my best, I don't think, and was scared of the championship if I was gonna be in the lead or not, but got that 1 point, and yeah.
Well, you did a phenomenal job, mate, to take it away with 1 point. And it definitely sounds like you enjoyed the series, mate. So, of course, we've asked everybody else this, but you think you can see yourself coming back in 2024 and defending your championship?
Most definitely. I'll try to find time as much as I can, so yeah.
I feel like as iRacing is getting bigger here in Australia and New Zealand, mate, we're seeing a lot more leagues pop up and a lot more guys trying to commit to a bunch of racing throughout the week. So, you know, there's a lot on the line, and it's great to see because it's only growing that iRacing community here in Australia and New Zealand. So, again, mate, congratulations. You've done your team proud, and it is now your time to shout out everybody who keeps you here out on track and racing.
I would like to thank, first of all, Maverick Sim Sports for the awesome support all season. I'll try to bring in a few more of them over next season, and make most of the field Maverick drivers, so it's a Maverick takeover. And I'd like to thank Custom Graphics, Motorsport and Brand Design for supporting the team, and also Sim Blacks.
Awesome, mate. Well, thank you for shouting out all your sponsors that keep you and your team out here. Massive congratulations to Curtis Jackson here tonight as your amateur championship, mate. Enjoy the break, and we look forward to seeing you and your team back out here next year.
Thanks, ShiBBy. Have a good one.
So that was the winner of the AMs. Now we're moving over to third overall in the championship, but not just that, also in the pros as well. Dylan DeBono, congratulations on the top 3 championship here. I know that you probably wanted more, but you still should be very satisfied with the top 3.
Yeah, cheers, boys. It was alright, you know. Average way to finish off the season, but P3 isn't too bad.
It's not too bad. Mate, you are so hard on yourself sometimes. Like, come on, bro. That is a P3 in the championship, not just in the race.
Yeah, but, you know, like, when you can see you can do better, you know, it's a little bit disappointing, but if I just had a couple more good rounds, you know, I would have been up there. Credit to Jamie and Sam, you know, both 2 quick guys, stayed consistent. And I guess that's why they're in front of me.
Mate, didn't you miss a couple of rounds, though? You didn't race the full season?
Yeah, I think I might have missed 1 round, but...
Only 1 round, okay. I thought it might have been a more than that. So if it was only 1 round, you did a phenomenal job. So don't put yourself down too hard, mate. And I tell you what, as still a young driver, you've still got a long way to go, mate. And there's next year coming up. There's plenty of other leagues that are racing, mate. So the more you get yourself out there, as you said, you can see where you can improve and where you can be better, mate. So take that in your stride. Feel stoked that you got this podium here tonight, mate, and just race and learn from that as we move into 2024 next year.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Just going to be better next year and hopefully win.
Well, that's what I want to hear, Dylan. It's been phenomenal watching you race over the past it's been like 2.5 years I've been here with SRW, mate. You've been a name that's been here since the beginning, and you've really started making waves over the last year, mate. Not only in sim racing, but also in your real life racing, mate. So massive congratulations to you and the Velocity Sim Lab team, of course, mate. And one last question before I let you shout out the sponsors. Are we going to see a return of Mr. DeBono here in the 86s next for 2024?
Yeah, I'll be coming back. You know, I want to try and win. You know, I got third in all 3 series as I race this year, so I want to try and win them all next year. So I'll be on for that. I'll be coming back, and yeah, hopefully I get a bit of a luck and come out on top.
Yeah, mate. Well, great series you've had here for SRW to round out 2024, mate. It's now your turn to shine and shine some light on all the sponsors and people that keep you out here on track.
Yeah, big thanks to Velocity Sim Labs. Without them, none of this would happen. Original Digital Design, HeatRace YouTube, Pedal Suspension, you guys for streaming, and SRW for running the league.
Well, thanks, mate. Look, go and relax or do whatever you got to do. Have a great Christmas and holidays, hey, mate. And keep an eye out on the Discord and socials because we'll probably get some fun nights up, some of those old school chaos nights and get everybody in the Discord and have a bit of fun together.
Yeah, you might be able to beat me in the SR8, so.
All right. Well, mate, get out of here, and again, congratulations in the pro and overall championship of P3, mate.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
So after that, it is Sam Katagazunas. He finished P2 overall and P2 in the pros. Congratulations, Sam. Your first full season SRW. You must be stoked with finishing P2 overall.
I am very happy. I just couldn't stay in the seat in the cockpit waiting in Discord, so I had to get up and stretch, and I've moved over to my mobile phone Discord, so if I sound different, there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy being able to stay in the podium 3, so ecstatic about that. I was leading the championship, but then I remember you guys saying, "Oh, this Jamie, he's joined. He won the preceding thing," and I said, "Oh, I'm scribbling notes." Well, scribbling notes doesn't do anything. The guy's quick, really fast, and nevertheless, try to keep my nose out of other people's business and tuck my rear end in and try and be as fast as I can. My qualifying's not been great towards the end of the season. My starts have been even worse, but I've been able to work my way up the field and try and get some points. And I'm very happy to finish second. It's a very close second, but it's a second nevertheless.
You should be very stoked with that, especially your first season. I mean, considering the likes of Christensen, DeBono, McHenry, Gowland, a lot more other quicker drivers around you, it must be so much fun just to, be so competitive with the drivers out there.
The car is fun to drive. The quality of the drivers makes it fun to drive. As you saw tonight, what doesn't make it fun is me making mistakes and getting involved in others' incidents and trying to maximise the points. So this felt like an average round with the self spins and the getting collected in other people's poo-poos, but nevertheless, yeah, the driving's great. I've really been enjoying it. It is my first season with SRW, and yeah, I'm happy to come back and give this another go.
That's so good, and hopefully you can squeeze a little bit more time in to return back into Formula 3. I know you started, but you had to pull out because of commitment, but you're definitely going to dip your toe back into it?
Well, yeah, I was doing 2 series, this Toyota GR86 series and the Formula 3s, but my Wednesdays didn't pan out to be able to attend every session, so I decided and let the admins know that I'm going to pull out of that one because I couldn't stay with it every week. Thursdays was a different story. So yeah, I'll try again for both the Toyota and the Formula 3, the Delara F3. Both pretty good combos, both pretty good cars that I like driving.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you return and obviously competing with all the other boys out there, including myself. But obviously, I want to give you one last saying. It's all season long. Who brought you out here, and who do you want to thank?
Oh, I want to thank my team, Team Bushwink Racing. I want to thank the league. Excuse me, SRW TV. For putting up some great series, great admin, and the numbers show, by the end of the season, the numbers show how well run a series this is, because it's not often that you get this many cars staying around at the end of the series. Not that often I see. So to see how many numbers, like into the 30s every round, that's pretty awesome. Shows it's well run. I appreciate it. So thank you, SRW, for putting this together. Really enjoyed it.
And obviously we've got to say thank you very much for joining us this season, and definitely looking forward to next year. But enjoy your Christmas break, mate, and looking forward to see what you can do.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Now that was Sam Katakazunas, who finished P2 overall in the championship. Now we have dragged in the champion winner, Jamie Christensen. You won your second GR86 championship at Sim Racing World, so congratulations for that. How was your season, mate?
It was pretty good. Had a few not so good rounds, but a fair few good rounds, so that was pretty nice, which showed out for in the end. So yeah.
I've got to say, definitely tonight, a few of the boys took the task to try and battle you and take away the victory in heat number 1 and 2. But how was it out there for you with all the other drivers developing and just getting quicker week in, week out?
Oh, it's great when everyone gets quicker. You know, you get more battling at the front, especially with tracks that have a lot of draft. You're not really going to be able to pull away, which is good to watch. So yeah, the first 2 races were not as battly as the last one, but the last one I kind of wanted to have some fun because I think I had the win by then, so I dropped back a bit if I pulled away by accident, so which I think was only one time.
Definitely good that you enjoyed a bit of battling and fun with the boys out there as well, and obviously trying to help them improve their racecraft as well. But definitely seeing you have a lot of fun in GR86s, but what's your plan for next season? You're definitely coming back to return?
So I'm gonna, if my dad can do it, I'm gonna try get him to do it because he's pretty new to iRacing and he likes his car. So I'm gonna try get him to do it. But if he's not doing it, then I'll probably do it.
So you only got one rig at home, do you, mate?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've got to get your dad in.
Yes, I will try my best.
Yep, you've got to get your dad in and then convince him to get a second rig.
Yeah, I think the second rig part is a bit of a stretch.
Nah, if he loves it enough, mate, he's going to want his own. I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah, you might be onto something. We do have spare pedals because I just got new pedals from him.
You're already halfway there. Now you just need a desk and a screen and you're good to go. Just set him up where we all started, on a desk.
Well, he does have a desk, but I think it's a bit too high for a rig.
Mate, well done again. Your second championship win here for SRW. You have done Vermilion Motorsports absolutely proud this season, and it was great to watch everybody behind you put a target on you and just push to be as fast as you and get right up there. Especially, did Daniel Byrne sort of start surprising you towards the end of this season?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that he was behind me in the first race, and he just appeared out of nowhere, and he was quicker than me in one corner, like a lot quicker, which was pretty scary. So yeah, that did surprise me.
Yeah, mate. Well, he's one to watch out for next year if for some reason Dad can't come along and race with us, mate. Definitely be keeping an eye on Daniel Byrne because there's, I think he's an upcomer in the 86s. It might be up there with yourself, DeBono, and all the other fast lads next season, mate. But massive congratulations to yourself for your second championship here in the 86s for SRW. It is now your turn to shout out all of the people that keep you out here on track racing.
Well, thank you guys for at SRW for keeping the series running and putting streams on and making it entertaining for people watching and running the series, so that helps. And thank you for Burning Motor Group, Dr. Epoxy, Race Lab Overlays, RSW Graphics, Supernova Motorsports, Moza Racing, and Hymo Setups for sponsoring Vermilion Motorsports.
And a huge thank you, Jamie, for coming along and joining us again for another season, mate. It was great to see you back out here and racing. Always a pleasure to have you here within our comms box, mate. Go and enjoy your limelight, and we'll be in contact to get those trophies out to our champions. And yeah, we look forward to, whether you can get back out here next season or it's your dad, mate, we look forward to seeing any of you and your family out here racing with us.
Who knows? My mum's in the draw to win the rig, so if she wins it somehow, you might get 2 Christensens on the grid at the same time.
Or maybe I can rig the draw. No, I can't rig the draw. It's all up to that AI race, mate. It's going to have nothing to do with us. It'll be down to the AI drivers to see who wins it. So, mate, make sure you get yourself and all your family to tune in Sunday night before the V8 Supercars Championship race, because we will be running that 10-minute AI race, and that will announce all our winner of the rig, mate. So, tune in.
Don't you worry, they already are ready to watch that.
Awesome, mate. Well, get out of here, go relax, have a great Christmas holiday, mate. Keep an eye on our Discord, because we do run some fun events over the holiday break where a bunch of us get in there and just have a bunch of fun and shoot the shit, you know, mate. So we'd be more than pleased to have you come join us.
Yeah, I might jump in for one.
Heck yeah, Jamie. All right, mate. Congratulations again. Get out of here. We are going to wind up this broadcast now, and of course, our 2023 season here for the Shannons Toyota GR86 National Sheafy. What a series we have had, mate. Do you want to give us a quick overview of who our rookie AMs and pro champions were here for season 4 in 2023?
Yeah, so obviously we just spoken to Jamie Christensen. He was the winner for the Pro Series, followed by Curtis Jackson, who was the winner just by 1 point ahead of Mark Cochran in the AMs, and then Matthew Philly Taylor pinching out the Rookie Championship. So congratulations not only to those 3 drivers' named, but for everyone else that joined week in, week out. You obviously made the series a lot of fun, and definitely looking forward to what can happen next season.
Oh, yeah, so am I, mate. It has been a phenomenal series. If you guys out there watching now haven't hit that like button, please do. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because we have a lot more to offer throughout the end of this week. We're going to have the replay Formula 3 Championship, the replay Simrigs AMS V8 Supercars Championship, and Sunday night, of course, we're going to have that draw to find out who finally wins that Racecraft rig and seat set, thanks to John and the team over at Racecraft Simulations. And we will also find out who is crowned our Pro-Am champions as well. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to all the drivers for sticking with us through 2023. A massive shout out to all the drivers. Without them, we do not have this amazing league or this amazing broadcast. Couldn't do it without them. We look forward to seeing you again in 2024 for season 1. I have been Nathan ShiBBy Howard. The man next to me all series has been Tyler Sheafy Sheaf. And we are going to end this broadcast by saying stay safe and race hard.